I can't buy the air I breathe. I can't buy the trees. I can't buy the deepest seas. But it don't matter, 'cause they're there for free.
Hello and welcome to Around the World in 88 Tales. I'm David Heathfield here at the Royal Albert Memorial Museum in Exeter, and today I'm with a storytelling friend, a teacher who I met a few years ago at a conference in the UK, the International Association of Teachers of English as a Foreign Language, the IATC conference, my friend Irshad Barkat. Hello Irshad, how are you?
I'm good. Hello, David. It's been great meeting you and other friends at the IATFL conference and other platforms.
And
It's been
and
great.
Irshad, are you in Lahore,
Yes, I'm in Lahore, Pakistan.
Pakistan? Fantastic. So let me just, here we are, Pakistan. Oh, there's a bit too much light. Yes, we can see clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. So Irshad, please could you tell us a little bit about yourself, your interest in storytelling in particular, and your interest in this project? And while you're doing that, if you're joining us on Facebook Live, please could you tell us who you are, where you are, and feel free to say hello and make comments about the stories. So Irshad, please.
Yeah. So you see, my interest in story grew as a child. I am the only child of my parents, and there was not much to do except play cricket with my friends out in the street. But whenever I was at home, there were books, and my mother used to hand over some books to read. So that is when the only entertainment to me at that time was reading storybooks. So I still remember, like, you can order books online these days. We used to write letters to the publishers to send us a collection of story that we could read in 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So that's how it started. And earlier, then when I became a teacher, and I was teaching English language to my class, and I was teaching children in class how to write stories. So you had to tell and share stories. So stories have been a part of my life, and then as I have grown up now, and training colleagues and observing people as well. So I still go to classes and sit with children and enjoy telling stories. So I think they
Fantastic.
actually make me very happy.
Fantastic. Irshad, we can understand what you're saying. However, the quality of the sound is a little bit less than it was earlier. I'm not sure if there's something you can do with your microphone at the moment. Let's see
Uh,
if we can improve the sound quality.
can you hear me now? Is it better?
It's perhaps getting a little bit better.
Okay, I'll move the mic up. I think I'm using an external mic, and I think like 10 minutes ago it was working very well.
Okay.
Can you
Well,
hear me
listen,
now?
I'll tell if you put yourself on mute while I tell my story, and maybe you try a different microphone when you click on for the actual storytelling. Would that be okay?
Yeah, absolutely,
All right.
absolutely.
Fantastic. So just mute yourself for now, and I will introduce today's artifact. And today's artifact, I'm very excited to share, is a very ancient object from ancient Greece. It's a hydria, or a water jar for serving water. And this comes from, well, it was found in Italy, but it comes from 350 BC, and it had inscription on it in Greek, and the translation into English is Agso, son of Isander. And it was put into a burial, a place of burial, along with a cremated body, so some kind of offering to the gods. And it's made of terracotta. There's some red figureware on it, and yet it would be used for storing or pouring water. And it's about this big, about this, well, probably a little bit, yeah, more like this size. So a very beautiful ancient object from the museum in Exeter. So the story I would like to tell is a story that's told widely in India, in China, and these days it's a story that I've heard told in many parts of the world. It's called The Cracked Pot. There was once a young woman who carried water. Every day she went down to the stream in the valley at the bottom of the mountain, and she filled 2 pots with water. They were heavy. She put them across a yoke over her shoulders and hung one pot at either end. And then she would carry the full water pots up the mountain path to the great house at the top. She did this every day, and the work was hard. When she reached the top, one day, one of the pots spoke to the other one. I am complete and I am full water, but you are cracked. The water leaks from you, and now you are half empty. What use are you? You are unworthy. The cracked pot felt ashamed. Every day it was the same. The cracked pot felt useless. One day the cracked pot spoke to the water carrier while she was filling the pots at the stream. Why do you keep me? I am cracked. I am useless. When you carry me up the mountain, the water drips from my crack, so when you reach the great house, I am half empty. I am not worthy. But the water carrier smiled. You are beautiful. Look, today, while I carry you up the mountain, see what you see on the path. Well, she carried the 2 pots up the mountain, and again, when they reached the house, the complete pot laughed at the cracked pot. You're half empty, while I am full. And the cracked pot said to the water carrier, I am unworthy. I don't understand. And she said, didn't you see the flowers that were growing along the path? The beautiful, colourful flowers that were growing on the side of the path where I was carrying you? But the cracked pot didn't understand. The next day, when she was carrying the 2 pots up the mountain, she said again, look. And now the cracked pot saw. There she was, cutting flowers sometimes where she stopped. Beautiful, colourful flowers that were growing on the side of the path where she carried the cracked pot. And when she reached the house, she put those flowers around the house to make it bright and beautiful. Because of me, the water leaks, and the seeds that she scatters on my side of the path grow, and they are bright and beautiful. Because of the water that leaks from my crack, there is beauty. I am not useless. I am a cracked pot, and I am worthy. There. A beautiful, simple,
Yes,
powerful story.
it's significant and symbolic in many ways, and much deeper. than it appears. So
Of course,
wonderful story. Yeah,
of
wonderful.
course. Thank you very much, Irshad. And thank you, everybody, for your comments in the chat. There are people from many parts of the world joining us from Seattle in the United States, from the UK, from around the world. Please keep commenting on the stories. But now let's go to Irshad Barkat, a teacher and a friend in Lahore, Pakistan. Will
Thank
you
you,
tell us a
David.
story?
Yeah, thank you. And hello, everyone. The story that I'm going to tell you is the one that I read when I was very young. It is about a very interesting character, and I am sure all of you are familiar with Mulla Nasruddin. I think it's a Turkish character. So, once Mulla Nasruddin was returning from a business trip, and he was tired, he was cold, and he needed some rest. So he headed off to, to the first town that came in his view. When he reached there, he asked people if he could go to a hammam where he could have his haircut and take a bath. And people pointed to one building. You should go there. They gave the best service there. When he went there to that hammam, he found the people who worked there. There were 4 men. They did not seem too excited to see him because he did not look too good. There was dust on his turban, there was dust on his beard, and clothes were dirty, his shoes, and even the donkey that's his phenomenal, the donkey that he always takes on his journey. He was dirt caked and all that. So the service that he was hoping was for warm water, fragrant oils, some massage, a haircut, and a trim to the beard. But the main person attending him, he said, okay, man, head to the back of the shop. There is a stone bench. Lie down there, and I'll send someone to wash you up. Mulla Nasruddin headed to the back and lay on the stony bench. It was already cold, and what the stony bench gave him shivers. While he did not complain because he was too tired to complain. So he waited for the man to bring water. He hoped it would be warm. It was nothing but warm. And the man just poured some water and gave him a rub, and just in a minute or two said, okay, we are done. Mullah Nasruddin said, that quickly? Said, yes, that's what your bath is done. Your dust is gone, man. Go inside the hammam to the barber. He'll give you a massage on the head and oil, put some oil and trim your hair and beard. Mullah Nasruddin did not really feel that good about the service that he was getting, but he was not complaining. So he went to the barber, who too very quickly finished the haircut and just trimmed the beard very, very quickly and just gave him a very light massage. Mullah Nasruddin had been expecting to get refreshed and rejuvenated by this experience, but he wasn't getting anything from those men. Those men in the heart of their heart did not expect much from Mullah Nasruddin because they thought he was some poor man and he was not going to pay them much. But to their surprise, when Mullah Nasruddin was about to leave the shop, he put his hand in his pocket and took out 4 gold coins. He gave each one of attendants a gold coin. And the men, they were shocked and a little ashamed as well. But they did not, they tried their best to hide it. They felt, oh man, what have we done? If we had given him better service, Mullah Nasruddin, this man, this traveler was going to give us a lot more money. So they said, would you come here? Are you going to stay in this town for a couple of days or so? He said, Mullah Nasruddin said, yes, I like your service very much. I'm going to stay here. I'm going my home, but I'm going to do some business in the town. But before I go, I am going to come to your hammam because I want to get fresh again. Thank you very much. And Mullah Nasruddin left. And those men saw Mullah Nasruddin on the next 2 days moving around in the bazaar and buying things and all that, but they were always longing for him to come. They feared that he might not. But a couple of days later, when Mullah Nasruddin was about to leave the town, he came again. He said, hello, friends. I'm here for my bath and my haircut. Would you give me one? He said, yes. The whole experience was different. This time they said, okay, wait, let us put some warm water on the stony bench so that you don't feel bad. And we have warmed the water for you. And we have put fragrance in the oil that we are going to use. And we are going to. So that's what happened. They put warm water. He laid down. And the person who was supposed to wash him gave him 15 or 20 minutes of rub and all that, and gave him the massage. And Mullah Nasruddin felt, oh my God, now this is real world. So then he went for his haircut. It was the best that he had ever got. The beard, it made him look as if he was 5 or 10 years younger. With fresh clothes, freshly bathed and cut, he looked like a handsome young man. And he was about to leave. And the men waited to be paid. Mullah Nasruddin put his hand in his pocket and took out 4 copper coins. And he put one in each of the men's hands. And they looked at him. So what is this? For that poor service you gave us for 4 gold coins. And this time we gave you the service that we have never given to anyone. And now you gave us copper coin. That's not fair. And Mullah Nasruddin said, well, it is actually fair. I just reversed the payment. The gold coins that I gave you were for the service that you gave me today. And the copper coins are for the service that you gave me the first time. Thank you. Have a great day, boys. And that's how all Mullah Nasruddin left. Thank you.
Fantastic, Irshad. You told that story so beautifully, and it's such an apt story. And like the story that you commented on to me, there was a lot of deeper meaning in that story as well. It's thinking about how we treat others respectfully, whoever they are, really, isn't it? And there's so much wisdom in these comic stories about Nasruddin.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And this hydria, I can almost imagine the water in this hydria being there in the hammam, in the baths of ancient Greece or Rome, and the luxuriant bathing and the massaging and the oils. They were telling that story 2,500 years ago when this pot was being used. Who knows?
Yeah, there is one hammam in Lahore as well. And that it was designed and constructed by Turkish people. It is around 400 or 500 years old. So we got to see it for the first time, how the whole system works. And now the modern geysers and everything. But the old times, it is some ingenious way of giving warm bath to people. So it's lovely.
Thank you so much, Irshad, for telling this story and being part of this project. Today's story is inspired by this hydria from about 350 BC, found in Italy, and inspiring the stories that we've shared. Irshad Barkat in Lahore, in Pakistan, thank you again so much and wish you well and see you soon.
Thank you very much, David. It was pleasure. And
I'll just tell you actually, before you go, Irshad, there's lovely comments coming in. Yael in Seattle, great story, wisdom. Marilyn is saying, I loved the twist at the end. Linda, great stories. Tammy, a lot of wisdom and a great ending. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
I can't buy the trees. I can't buy the deepest seas, but it don't matter, 'cause they're there for free.